So we come straight back down to the same field where we found the Bronze Age axe head the other day, somewhere over that way. So we're going to have a wander over, go swing the metal detector while I walk over to the same area. So I'll see you if I get any decent signals. Okay, so the last one was just a tinfoil lid, so we didn't bother actually filming it in the end. So we've come a little bit further along, so somewhere over there was the tinfoil. It's reading quite high on the Garrett, but this is the same sort of range as the Bronze Age axe the other day, so I'm going to have another dig. Okay, so it was in here, now seems to be out of the hole, still reading in that mid 90s. Okay, so it's somewhere in amongst this. Oh, I think this might be it here. Well, I thought initially that could be a big shell casing, but now I'm not so sure. So my next signal, which is just about that far away from the last one, was a slightly smaller dudgeon flip. So I'll have a proper clean up and see if I can work out anything on it. We've got a nice line running around it. So we're on to our next signal, and it's actually starting to look a little bit ominous up there, so I'm going to crack on and try and get over to the building shape after this. Now I suspect, based on the way the signal is, this might just be some big iron. Let's kick some of the dirt off. There's a bit of an iron grunt to it, but definitely doesn't sound too bad, so we're going to have a little go. And as we suspected, there's just a nice chunk of iron here. Although it does seem really old, it doesn't seem very interesting. So we'll bin it. I mean, we can't find 3,000-year-old axe heads every time, can we? So there's a little iron grunt in there. I'm running it on 0 disc rim, so it's a pretty quiet field most of the time. So I've had no issues with that. We'll dig it, hopefully it's not more big iron. Okay, so it's now reading as somewhere very, very close to the surface, so let's have a little rummage around with the pinpointer. Oh, what do we see here? Oh, I think we might be onto a coin. Can't see an awful lot on there on the moment, but we're going to have a little clean up and see what's on there. Okay, so we've finished having a bit of a clean up on the coin. I'm not sure whether you can actually see it in the video. It's just starting to dry out a little bit now. But it's definitely, I think you can just about make out George the 5th. If we turn it over, you can definitely see, just about make out Britannia on there, and I think the date at the bottom is 1925. So that's the first coin off this field. Okay, so I've just about made it over to where the building marks are, and just as I was about to stop and get on Google Maps to line myself up, just come across something that's reading fairly nice, a little bit jumpy, but nothing too bad. Just going to have a little dig now and see what we find. Okay, so we've had a little chase around trying to find it, and it says it's not very deep anymore. So let's get the pinpointer out and see if we can Okay, this. Not that one. Oh, I think we're on a nice coin. So it definitely seems to be this one here. It looks a little bit toasted, but we're going to have a proper clean up now. See if we can find anything. So I had a little bit of a clean up and it looks as though it's completely toasted. Just turn it over. Yeah, it looks to be pretty gone. We'll see, have a look when it's dried out. See if I can clean it up any better. See if we can get anything at all, but I don't think we will. Let's see if we can't focus it a little bit better. There we go. So I finally made it across the field over to just over here is where I found the Bronze Age axe. So it's taken me a little bit longer than I was planning to. So what I'm going to do is just... Okay, so we're on to our next one. Good signal. Still seems to be right in the hole, but we're getting fairly... Well, we were getting fairly steady signals both sides. Damn horseflies everywhere. We're going to dig it anyway and have a look. Okay, so it's showing that it's out of the hole somewhere over this side. Ooh. So you can see here. Have a chunk of that in a second, but first off, appears to be a nice little button. Still got the shank attached to it. Looks as though there might be something on the front. We'll have a bit of a clean up and see. Might be wishful thinking, and then we'll see what the other little buzz was down here. Okay, so we've cleared out. Okay, so we've cleared out some of the hole. Still getting that pretty solid signal. It says it's not very deep, so let's get the pinpointer out. Okay, so the detector says it's out of the hole. Somewhere in the middle here. Oh, I think this might be it. Double check. Yeah, reading is 83 on this one. Not 100% sure what that is. We'll have a proper look in a sec. So I don't know what to tell you, but I think I found my first ever gold. But it's just a bit of gold gilding around the edge of the button. We'll have a proper clean up and then have another look. So we've used the Bronze Age axe head as a marker, and essentially I've just walked straight out into the field from there. And actually, now that I'm on here, I feel as though you can almost see a line running straight down this way. I don't want to show too much. And one coming back the other side. So I'm just going just on the inside edge of that line. As soon as I've got here, the way it's jumping a little bit in that sort of range, I'm going to guess something lead, but we'll have a little look now and see. So, ended up digging quite deep in for this one, and it was just a big chunk of iron, but it is very old iron, and literally right in on that edge that I said I thought I could see where the farmer said the markings come through. Interesting. We'll keep going down. So I've just worked my way down the line that I think I can make out as a building. Getting a little way down here now, probably a good 30 metres or so. So I've just got my first decent signal walking down what I think is the wall. So I'll turn you. So I've just been having a walk up and down this wall. So I've gone up one edge and then I've come back down the inside of what I now think could be a wall. So I get a solid 84, 83 somewhere in there. And same going the other way. Right, let's have a little dig. Oh. And that turned out to be the first little bit of junk that we've actually found today. A couple of iron bits, but first one of these.